This is Stuart with Spitfire Audio's customer experience team. I'm here today to show you Original's Intimate Strings. Starting with the top left corner of the plugin, you'll find an LED. This will flash between green and red whenever the plugin is loading, but will remain a constant green whenever the plugin is fully loaded. To the right of that, you have CPU and disk meters. These will monitor the performance of your computer while using the plugin. After those, you have the Memory tab. This shows the amount of the instrument being preloaded into your RAM. To the right of that is the Voices count. That shows how many streams of audio are being played at once. Finally, you have a Refresh button. Clicking on this will refresh the patch, while Option or Alt clicking will refresh the entire plugin. This is useful for things such as hanging MIDI notes. Following that, on the right side, you have the MIDI channel selection. This defaults to any, but MIDI channels 1 through 16 can be selected if need be. To the right of that, you have tuning and panning controls, as well as a master volume slider for the output of the plugin. To the right of that, you have an ellipsis. Clicking on the ellipsis will display the velocity response. This defaults to linear velocity, but can be changed to be shelf velocity, exponential negative, or exponential positive. You can also reset and clear the CC mappings from here as well. To the right of the ellipsis is a cog. Clicking on the cog will display the settings for the plugin. In the General tab, you can copy the settings from this plugin so that they're applied to all of your other Spitfire products. In the Interface tab, you can do things such as toggle the help text on and off, change the default size and scale of the plugin window, enable the automatic unload with mixer fader. This means that whenever a signal's fader is moved to 0, it will automatically offload the signal. You can change the way the gain units are displayed, whether that be in decibels or as a percentage, and also disable host automation. You can also change the knob drag type, disable warnings for missing samples, and disable the auto hide knob parameter pop-up. In the Audio tab, you can change the maximum voices that can be played at once, change the preload and stream buffer sizes, and also adjust the master tuning. You can also change the default stereo outputs from here as well. In the Plugin tab, you can change the default preset. This selects the preset that's loaded whenever an instance of the plugin is initially opened. In the About section, you can find links to our EULA and terms of use, as well as some other acknowledgments and some software licenses. If you want to discard the changes that have been made to the settings, you can click Cancel. If everything looks as it should be, you can go ahead and click Save. To load a patch, you'll need to click into this drop-down menu here. This will display all of the available patches for the library. There are various filters that can be used to filter out the patches, such as starred. Adding a starred icon to the left of the patch will then allow it to appear in the starred column. You can also load your user patches that have been saved from here as well. To load a patch, you click the patch name and simply click Load. The plugin window is divided into two parts, a top half and a bottom half. To display only the top half, you can click the two arrows that are facing each other below the cog. Simply click this again to display the bottom half. Underneath the drop-down menu, you have two faders and a knob. The first fader on the left is the expression. This adjusts the level of the technique. After this, you have the dynamics fader. For long techniques, this will increase or decrease the dynamic being played. For short techniques, this will limit the lowest velocity playable, essentially acting as a dynamic range compressor. To the right of that is the knob. Clicking on the knob will display the three controls that are also available below. In this case, it's reverb and release. In the bottom left corner of the plugin is the mixer section. Clicking on the downward facing arrows is how you save a preset. Clicking the upward facing arrows to the right of that is how you load a previously saved mix preset. You then have the 3 faders for each signal, as well as 3 buttons below the signal names that enable or disable the signal. To the right of this, you have the controls that were also accessible in the knob above. For this patch, the controls are reverb and release. Reverb controls the amount of reverb being added. Release allows you to change the amount of release trigger that you hear. This only applies to the long patches. For the short patches, there's a tightness control. This cuts further into the note to make it tighter, but does reduce realism. Again, this is only available on the short patches. If you like the way everything looks there, you can click the lock in the top right corner of this section. This will lock all of the changes that have been made so that none of the settings are changed. Finally, at the bottom is the piano roll. This shows the playable range of the instrument. That's it for Originals Intimate Strings. If you have any questions or need any help, feel free to reach out.